YouTube, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got some raptors. Yeah. Not like Jurassic Park, but not like the truck either. Let me show you. They're very common. Those are raptors. Those are the closest living relative to the raptor. Turns out that the velociraptor that you see in Jurassic Park actually wasn't that big. This guy right here, this big red fella that you see, if I can get my finger in there, that one right there, he and I got into a fight yesterday. And injured my hand pretty good. Does not have his spurs yet, and he's got one more chance. I'm giving him one more chance. He may not get a chance to develop those spurs because he's already lunging at me, and I've got a guy. Let me see if I can get him on camera real quick. I got one of my guys, Romeo, actually. Romeo has, where's he at? His spurs are about 3 inches long. There he is. Look at those suckers down there at the bottom. Yep, those are razor sharp. And those things hook up. They're about the size of my pinky. They're huge. They're huge. But the fear is if I allow him an opportunity to grow spurs and he lunges at me like he did yesterday, they aim for the face and the eyes, that either myself, my wife, or one of my dogs or cats ends up blind. The problem is I've got 3 roosters and I know how to hatch them out, and so does my wife. I can't hatch out more dogs or cats. All my animals are fixed out here. So he's got one more shot. If he does it again, he's deader. That's all there is to it. Also got to cull 2 more ducks, so it's going to be later on this week. But let me show you these guys. So we got their pond and sorted all that out and dug a little kind of a berm ramp, and they're loving it. They're having the time of their life. But there's a few out here. In fact, I think that one right there that's drinking out of the pond in the center of the screen, he's one of the ones that's on the menu for Christmas. They'll have a little band around their leg. Yep, right there. So this guy right here, dead center, he's going to be in freezer camp by the end of the week. And then we got another one around here. I think it's that one right over there behind the tree that Romeo's coming to check on. And I know what you guys are saying. Oh, Kevin, that's cruel. That's cruel. Shouldn't do that. Oh, that is inhumane. I thought the same thing. But when you actually raise these things and you're around them a lot, you realize you're actually doing the right thing. You're doing what's humane for them. I don't know if you've ever seen ducks mate, but or chickens for that matter. It's kind of a horrific thing to watch. And they mate several times a day, but they just about drown the female every time they do. And the chickens, they'll stress out your females to the point to where they don't lay eggs anymore. Guys, the whole point is not to have a bunch of pets. It's to have food on the table. So that's what we're doing out here. But yeah, got the, as you can see right behind me, the T-post, the makeshift gate we did. And this fence line goes all the way around. All the way around. Hey, let them stop digging in my yard. So it's looking good. Little by little, it's coming together. I can get a couple of goats in here, probably in the next week or two. And then I'm building out some beehives. So come May, I'll have my bees, and we'll have the goats and probably the pigs, a couple of pigs off in here. Either they're over here or going to be over there, I'm not sure. But the bees are going to be over there. Anyway, guys, just know that there are humane ways of dispatching your animals. If you're going to do homesteading or farming, please do so. Don't be cruel. Don't do it out of anger or hatred. I have a rule, and my wife knows this rule. I never, out of anger, dispatch an animal. I don't. If I plan to dispatch an animal that day, and I get ticked off that animal, it doesn't happen that day. But if it's already planned, I just wait until I'm not angry. I don't believe in taking a life out of anger. It's just me personally. Try to get emotionally disconnected as much as I can, because when you do it, is a whole lot different when you're actually doing it versus when you're saying you're doing it. My wife and I believe that if you're going to eat something, you ought to have the tenacity, or whatever the word would be, not guts, because you can be a gutless person and do it. You ought to at least be able to look that animal in the eye and and take care of business that you got to take care of. It is not for everybody. It is not for me, but I have to do it because I like to eat. Now, if I were somebody who wanted to raise something and not eat it, well, then that's when it gets a name and it's a pet. Now, this one right here that's running, that is Chanticleer. He got a name because he was supposed to be a pet. He was supposed to be one of my lead roosters until he flew at my face the other day. That was the third time he's come at me. And usually the third time's the charm with these animals. The only reason he's still walking is because my wife said he's a beautiful, beautiful rooster, and he is. But beauty or not, you give me a brand new Corvette with no brakes, that's a dangerous thing to have, right? It can be a beautiful red rooster, but if he has no self-control when it comes to scratching the hand that feeds or pecking the hand that feeds, he's going to feed that hen. That hen's not going to feed him anymore. Checked with the game warden and everybody, and they said that it's fine because I am raising these animals for food. But guys, if you can't do that, I'd suggest not get into this because that's a big part of it. You got to think about it this way: even if you're not going to eat the animal, right? Say you walk out in the morning and something got a hold of that animal. We had that happen one time. I think it was like 8, 9 birds, Holly. A dog that we no longer have, and that's why we no longer have her, got a hold of part of this flock. In fact, it was Venom's sister, Scarlet. Got a hold of our first flock, 8 of our first flock, nearly wiped out the entire flock. Did not eat them, just mortally wounded them, as well as our rabbits. It was a very hard day, and yeah, there were tears cried because that was before we had ever done any of this. We had never, it sounds silly to an old farmer. Oh, well, you cried over killing. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's a life. I don't even like killing a mouse. I don't personally, but I'll do it. If it feeds me or my family, I'll do it. But they were out here in pain, so I had to put them out of their misery. It's a very serious subject. You gotta sit down and really consider before you get into this thing. Are you willing to deal with literally the crap that comes with it, cleaning up after them? Let me show you the inside of the coop, just to show you a little bit about what I'm talking about, if I can stand up. So, we do this. Keep this clean. Zoom it out. As you can see, it's a very clean coop, except for that needs cleaned. But we keep a clean coop. Not poop everywhere. This wasn't just done today. I mean, there's going to be stuff somewhere, but for the most part, this is a nice coop. Got, they're laying boxes. They're roosts, heat lamp, because it's cold. This is their home. They have to live in here, right? Imagine if you had to live somewhere, did not have access to running water, a bathroom to use. You had to rely on somebody 1,000% for everything. These guys do that. And these guys are food for us. These guys are, one way or the other, whether it's their lives or eggs, they supply nutrition. And they're wonderful. Once your animals get used to cohabitating, they're wonderful. The feed cost, the reason I did this and let them out here, is my feed cost has cut down, went to about a third. Yeah, probably about half to a third of what it was 3 weeks ago. They're going through a bag. In 2 days. Versus, no, not an entire bag of feed.
Entire bag in 4 days.
Yeah, an entire bag in 4 days. It used to be every 2 days. And at $13 a bag, that gets pretty expensive pretty quickly. Why do you do this? Well, it's very, very simple. One, you see what they're doing there? That is pest control. That is flea control, tick control. That is everything that's in that grass and that undergrowth. Getting goats to take care of all of this brush. Hopefully they don't touch my fence line, but if they do, I've got another solution there. These guys are nature's cleaners. Chickens love scratching the dirt. That will level out this entire area. Get down, baby. It is, yeah. It's a labor of love. No, I don't have the keys. Labor of love. So, just a couple of things to consider. Feed cost. It is not. If you're gonna do this, it's not cheap. It's not like super expensive. But if you're just interested in getting eggs and thinking that you're going to get cheaper eggs this way, don't lie to yourself. That's not the case. Although, I do know what my chickens eat. I feed them every day. So, I know exactly what's coming out of that egg. It is organic. Best as can be here on the homestead. Everything out here, it's from my hand to their mouth. So, except for what they get on the ground. I mean, that's healthy, no antibiotics or nothing. So don't get into it for that. And the time it takes, I'll be out here for about 2 hours today watching them. So you're looking at time per week, about 14 hours a week. At least 14 hours a week, probably closer to 21 you're going to spend with them if you include the clean out times and stuff. A lot of early mornings. I got up about 2 o'clock the other morning because my chicken was out here roosting or crowing. And that is a sign, hey, something's going on. So you got to consider that too. You got to get up and go check on your chickens or whatever animals you got because they're going to let you know if there's danger in there. Other than that, I mean, it's a pleasure. If you're willing to do all of that, get into this. Please get into this. I mean, this is a wonderful life. It really is. It's tiring sometimes, but it's wonderful. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to touch base with y'all. I know it's been a while, and I just wanted to kind of see how y'all are doing and let y'all know kind of how we're doing. I'm going to get over this throat thing or whatever it is. It's got me congested over the next few days, hopefully, and I'll be back on regularly like I was. But until then, guys, once again, this is Kevin over here at the Brokestead. And as always, if you get the opportunity to do something right, please do it. Have a good one.